not aware that something happened with my audio. So I was preaching on the two people at the edges of what looked like a ledge, and it was a very tall mountain. The Lord, and I have to make this quick now. The Lord was saying, in order for you to get to the other side of this ledge, you're going to have to unload, 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 unload. And God was making that the key point to today's broadcast. And then I heard the number 13. I opened up my Bible, and then He pointed us to First Galatians, and this word "rescued" came up. Rescued. I'm gonna have to get that part right, y'all. Rescued, rescued. Okay, so then I was reading this, and you all were saying, no sound, no sound. So God planned all along to save us by Jesus' death. God is saying, please stress this. In order for you all to be saved, you have got to remember with gratitude all the times that God got you out of bondage. And you have to remove every single hardness of heart, every single weight that's on you with that gratitude. Okay? Because the other person couldn't, because remember, these are two people. The other person couldn't pull the other one on the other side of that mountain. They each had to be light enough to be able to cross the other side with God. It says, God planned all along to save us by Jesus' death. And God is saying, say that again. The two people, they were not arguing, they were not fussing, they were not fighting each other, but they were looking at each other. They could not save one another. They could not pull each other to the other side of that mountain with that crevice that would have just, if they fall, they would just fallen down the hole. They couldn't reach out and pull the other person. They each had to be light enough to get to the other side. So God is saying, in order for you to win this battle with Him, you have got to remove all hardness of heart, feelings of toxicity, not understanding, anger towards the Lord. People who hurt you, things that confused you, all these things, you just got to let them go and trust the Lord with this process. Okay. And I was telling everyone as I was getting ready this morning, God was reminding me of all the times that He set me free, that He delivered me. And because of that gratitude, I'm here before you, this morning, different times of my life, despite my busy schedule, because I love this. This is my purpose, but also because I know what God has put me through, and I want allowed me to be delivered from, and I want the same for you. Now, here's where God pointed us for the prophetic confirmation. We're in Galatians chapter 1 in my study Bible. It reads, God planned all along to save us by Jesus' death. We have been rescued from the power of this present evil world. Remember, rescue. They need a rescuing to get to the other side. It says, which is ruled by Satan and full of cruelty, tragedy, don't y'all know, temptation, exploitation, and deception. Being rescued from this evil world doesn't mean that we are, and thank you all for telling me I didn't have sound before. I really appreciate that. Exploitation and deception. Being rescued from this evil world doesn't mean that we are taken out of it, but rather that we are no longer enslaved to it. It's no longer on your back. Those objects, those things, money, the cars, the big house, those things, you don't have to latch on to those things. And this is the reason why I think some people haven't been given those things, because God doesn't want them to be distracted and fall in love with those things. He wants those people to be in love with Him, because their love for Him is what is going to cause that love to transfer throughout the world. That Abrahamic seed, I think a part of that covenant with Abraham, how God said, through your seed, which is Jesus, but also his descendants, the world will be blessed, because the Lord has to keep them in love with Him in order to transfer that fire, that love for Him throughout other people's heart and through the world. Okay. And so it's not the objects that we need to be enslaved by. God is saying, focus on gratitude for love, in your love for God. It says, you were saved to live for God. Again, you were saved to live for God. You were set free to live for God. Does your life reflect your gratitude for being rescued and set free from sin? Have you transferred your loyalty? Oh, I just was talking about that. Have you transferred your loyalty from this world to Christ? Have you transferred your loyalty from this world to Christ? Say that with me together. I transferred. I had to do this too in my personal life, in my life as a whole. I transfer my loyalty from this world to Christ. God bless you. I love you all. I will see you Thursday morning for the next prophetic release. Now remember, God rescued us. Be loyal to him.